let's go through the agenda. I like to get a lot of stuff done. So what I would do is just go through the list. Okay, we'll just go through the list. So you didn't get my videos? No, that's too bad. Okay, so I'll make a note. And then how's your calendaring going? Yeah, are you guys getting in every Sunday? Checking everything, making sure you know what you're doing. Because I usually always get a couple times during the semester, somebody will say, I didn't know there was an exam this week. It was in the syllabus. We were talking about it. And oh, I didn't come to class. Okay. So I keep working on the self. I look at on the calendar. Go around really quickly. Success, challenge, and any questions?
Success. I turned in an essay, but like I wrote a rough draft and a final draft, which makes me feel good.
Great.
Okay, what was the other thing? Success.
Challenge.
Challenge. Spanish right now, and question. I don't have a question.
Okay.
Success is I finished an essay too that I have due. Challenge is keeping up with my accounting homework.
I understand. Any questions?
No.
Okay, I'm going to go over an accounting example to help you out.
Okay, my success was I also finished an essay before, like the night before it was due, which is a plus for me. What was the other one?
Just any questions? Challenges or questions?
Oh, a challenge is global perspectives right now, and then a question.
Okay, are you working by yourself or are you working in teams?
I'm working in teams.
Okay, perfect. You'll get it.
Success. I just finished my test in Italian, went pretty well. Finished my essay, it's due tomorrow. Well, half of it's due tomorrow, but I did the whole thing.
Great. And your essays, in your essays, are you having people look at those and give you some feedback? Awesome, perfect. Go ahead. Any questions?
Or
challenges?
questions. I'm thinking of other challenges right now.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Success, I did well on 2 quizzes, and challenges, Spanish class.
Okay. Any questions for us? Okay, awesome.
Success would be, I got an A on math quiz.
Woo! Yeah!
And then the challenge would be paying attention in my goal perspective class.
It could be just a level of caffeine you don't have. What about any questions? Okay, cool.
Success would be finishing one of my essays, and challenges would be econ, macro.
Okay. If you need any help, I know some econ people. I'll take a look. I'll help you too if you need it. Any questions?
No,
Okay.
I finished my English essay last night.
Awesome.
Also econ, in the same class.
All right. Are you guys working together, or are you hanging out with smarter people?
We should be. I guess we're working together.
I think you guys will do fine. Just make sure you communicate with the professor. Okay. All right. Any questions? Okay.
Success, I finished 3 essays this weekend.
Nice.
And then challenge, probably just doing all the accounting homework. No, it's not really a challenge.
Yeah, I'm sure that your social calendar.
Yeah.
Any questions on anything? Congratulations.
Success is just finishing my English essay.
Excellent.
Challenge, just balancing sport and academics.
Always. Yeah. Any questions on anything? Okay, Chris.
For success, I've stayed on top of all my homework and goals and perspectives, and I'm getting along well with my professor.
Great.
And challenges, overcoming a poor score on my microeconomics quiz.
Oh.
But she dropped her lows too, so I'm sure.
Okay. I was going to start crying there for a second. Any questions for us?
No, I'm okay.
Success is getting all my work done and turning it in on time.
Thanks.
And challenge is making sure I have time for soccer and school.
Sure. Any questions for us? Okay.
I also finished an English essay
successes, gotten all my assignments and homework done,
Okay,
and the challenge is Spanish, and I've done questions.
okay, excellent.
Success for me was probably just like getting through these first 3 weeks,
Sure.
and then staying on top of everything. My grades look good.
Great,
I've been doing all my homework.
awesome.
Challenges, I have a pretty busy week. I think I have 3 tests and a paper due,
Wow.
so I'll really see how well I'll do.
Yeah, just try to remember to try to stay calm. You burn a lot of energy when you get nervous and stuff. The adrenaline just will suck it out of you. Okay. And who was interested in sports? Who was interested in sports? Okay. This is the sports management program at USF. I go online and log in and go to one of their information sessions and then network with those people and talk to these people. It's pretty amazing. They actually require that you go to South Africa for the master's program.
Space.
No, because sports is really huge there. And come on, Springboks is one of the best rugby teams in the world next to New Zealand. Sorry. Yeah, you're New Zealand?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, all Blacks. Yeah. Okay, excellent. And then, have you started on your resumes? Okay, I'm gonna need a resume from you. Okay. Have you guys started on your resumes? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
I have one from last year's.
Okay, well, when do you think you can get me those? Yeah, get them to me as soon as possible so I can take a look. I'd like to have resumes from everybody. You might get lucky and you get a job offer and then they'll say, do you have a resume? And you don't have a resume.
So you want a hard copy?
Yeah, I'd like a hard copy. Yeah, because then I can write on it and give you some suggestions. Okay? And then how did the involvement fair go? Let's go around. Did you join a club? Awesome. No? You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to join our club? Finance club? Awesome, okay.
Yes,
You did which one?
I'm playing club soccer and I auditioned for spirit team, so I'll see like which one.
Perfect.
I did Dante Club, finance,
Great.
and cross.
Okay, cool. We need to probably start thinking about getting you as an alternate around the CFA challenge. So I can train you around that, get you into finance really quick.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
Not yet.
What?
Not yet.
Not yet? Any interest in any of them?
Couple of them.
Okay. Yeah, try to get engaged as soon as possible. They're really good. The people in these groups are really motivated. They're the top students for obvious reasons.
But there's a couple I'm looking at.
Okay, yeah, so let me know. Okay.
Sam, that's not really into this.
Andy Solomon. Come, try to get involved, okay? What, get the accounting club, come on. You gotta get in as soon as possible. You gotta hear the stories from all the people that are getting like, 100K jobs at KPMG and stuff like that, so you know what to shoot for. And then go to meet the firms.
I went, but anyway.
Okay, join the finance club as an interim, okay?
If I have
So at least you can say something and put it on your resume.
Alright.
All right, is that next?
I win as well, but I just feel like at this point in time, I don't have time to do
Okay.
everything, but
Okay.
I'm still looking at some
Cool,
people.
well, when you're ready,
Yeah, I'm in the same spot as Boyd.
okay. I know it's,
Yeah.
Just give you my options.
yeah. Well, you're probably gonna be the captain of the team at some point, so
Yeah.
you're gonna be running the show at some point, probably not.
I did Dante and marketing.
Okay, awesome.
Oh, I went, but I didn't sign up for anything.
Oh, really? Oh, well, you're gonna be a finance
Yeah.
person, leader, as soon as possible, so give me the resume so I can get you guys plugged in, okay?
I did marketing and finance.
Okay, awesome. And then you were gonna talk about majors and concentrations in core curriculum?
Yeah, it's kind of long. I was thinking
Yes.
maybe at the end of your
Okay,
thing, then I could.
okay, cool. So we're gonna also do the graduation plan?
Yeah, that's all together.
Okay, cool. And then we're gonna do Jan term advising, okay, and the programs. Let me do the quiz and midterm exam stuff for you, okay? So this is how I did it. This is your path to getting A's, okay? This is the path to getting A's, all right? How many people want to get A's?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and everybody else wants B's or C's or something, okay? Okay. So this is what high performance students do. They constantly make checklists, check things off, create another list, move on. Okay, so really super organized. They have their calendar, they meet with their professors, they also perform high-performance study groups. Okay, high-performance study groups. Right. Test prep. Test prep is just like sports psychology. Is everybody familiar with sports psychology?
Yeah.
Yep. What's the number one thing you do when you're training? Now, either gymnastics or rugby or baseball, or what's going through your brain constantly? What are you thinking about constantly in your brain? Yeah, what are you visualizing? No, you're not. You can't get the big leagues by going to you gotta start first on what?
Process.
Exactly, your techniques. You gotta be visualizing constantly in your head and practicing constantly through the process of motion. Okay? You can think about the big leagues, but again, you gotta be good first before you go to the big leagues. So you gotta focus on the fundamentals. Okay? All right. The way I did it was this the way I did it. 5 masters, 2 undergrads, doctorate degree, passed all the exams. You know, I took multiple tests. How do you do it? This is what I did. I repeated this mantra before I fell. I was laying in bed, and as I fell into REM sleep, right before I fell into REM sleep, this was the mantra that I was telling myself. And then when I started waking up in the morning, coming out of REM sleep, this was the mantra that I was telling myself. Usually I'd find a fan or something to focus on to do self-hypnosis. Okay, your brain is an extremely powerful machine. You can self-hypnotize yourself if you believe it. Okay, so this is the way it worked. So basically I repeated this before I went to sleep and when I was coming out of REM, and repeated it during the day. And this is what I said. You guys should read this. We should all read this together at the same time. You ready? So on 3 at the bottom of page 2. Ready? I'll lead it and then you say it. Okay? I have a photographic memory. I will remember everything I see. I have instant recall and I will ace the test. What it does is it basically within a couple weeks, your brain will basically be programmed to remember everything they see, everything it sees. You will have instant recall during the test and you will ace the test. Okay? If you believe it, it happens. If you don't, it won't. Okay? But that's how I did it. So it was a constant mantra to myself. And I could see the difference. I could be studying stuff, and when I went to take the test, the answer would flash in front of my eyes, and I would write it down and I would get it right. Okay. Test strategies. Get good sleep. You can't do it when you're tired. You need to eat a healthy breakfast, not too big. Okay. Don't drink a lot of coffee. You can drink coffee to get your synapses going, but don't drink too much coffee where you get anxiety. Okay, and test anxiety. You could turn against it. Eat a healthy breakfast. Get a little exercise or exercise before you go, and drink a lot of water. Okay, not too much water, but a lot of water. This is the technique, and I already went over this before. Again, I'm going to do it again. Read through the whole exam. This is what I've done, is I spend like 5 to 10 minutes to write out the notes on a piece of paper before starting the exam. So I'm not in the test environment all stressed out. I mark my questions in order of difficulty. E for easy, M for moderate, H for hard. I go through and answer easy questions first, because I'm processing the medium, hard, and the hard ones simultaneously as I'm doing the easy ones, and sometimes the answer to the medium, hard, and the hard ones are from the easy ones, so there's usually some overlap. Go through and set up the problems, either bullets or the problem structure. So here's an example of a problem. So this is what I did. I walked into the exam, I looked at the problem, I basically set it up like this, like an Excel spreadsheet. I didn't start plugging in the numbers, I just set it up, because when I start working through the problems, I get all stressed out. So this way I was able to alleviate that. So I just said, okay, production times price equals revenues minus expenses, gives me net operating income, divided by an interest rate or a cap rate will give me the value of the company. The value of the company divided by the shares outstanding will give me the value per share. So I basically just set it up like that. And then what I would do is I would set up all the problems. I would go back, plug in the numbers, boom, done. Plug in the numbers, boom, done. Plug in the numbers, boom, done. And I ended up most times, 9 times out of 10, I would end up with more time at the end of the exam. Okay, and that gave me some time to go back and to check my problems, to make any corrections. And I was usually done with the exam at least 5 minutes before the exam was over. This was extremely effective and extremely efficient. And you're all A students. And then make sure you talk to your professors before the exam so you get a good idea of what's going to be on it, and talk to your professors after the exam to do a follow-up. See if you can get some extra credit if you didn't perform, and then talk to them, and then maybe they'll give you a break or give you a little extra time or maybe some extra credit or something so that you can remediate the grade. Okay? So are we on time or?
Yeah, we're on time.
Okay. So
Mary Beth isn't gonna come, so we have extra
Okay.
time.
So let's
This is
do-
really valuable.
Oh my God, totally. I mean, this took me years to figure out. I mean, I can't tell you how many classes I totally screwed up. Not before I figured this out, and that's why I was able to go on to master's and doctorate programs, because I already had the system down in place. Okay, any questions? Is everybody clear on the technique, the methodology? Okay, all right. Try it, see if it works. If you start getting A's in all of your stuff, then it's working. All right. So I think, let's do the Gale Express stuff and the 4-year plan again.
Okay. You guys ready?
Because you guys want to learn how to get through this program, right, in less than 4 years? Would that be cool? Or double concentrate in 2 concentrations, and get out in 4 years, and then be able to put together your own schedules, and then, work with us on your 4-year plan? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Who's excited about Jan term?
Do you need to?
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay.
Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably one of the coolest things about St. Mary's. Absolutely. I'm gonna demystify Jan term. And you guys are going to get out, everyone get your laptop out, because I'm gonna have you walk through the steps, because if you watch me, it's boring up there, right? And then you get back to your room and you go, what happened? Right? But if you do it yourself, you're gonna know exactly what to do. Hey, I have a question. Does anybody have any friends, roommates that, I'm in a Fiat class and we never even meet, or we meet for 5 minutes. Anybody have any friends like that? Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
And what do you think? Oh my gosh, now I got stuck with Mary. She talks all the time, and you get out in 5 minutes. You really drew the short straw, didn't you?
No.
Oh, come on.
We're gonna help.
Well, you are, and I'm going to tell you why. Coming up soon, on October 10th, which is a Thursday, you are going to register for your very first time for Jan term. Yes, and you're going to know exactly what to do. And you know what happens to the people that never meet with their Fiat?
They don't sign up.
They don't know about it. You're going to be having conversations. You're going to be sitting in Oliver Hall and go, what are you taking for Jan term? And you know what they say, Larry? Huh? What? What's
Yeah,
that?
Jan term's amazing.
How do I register? And you know who ends up teaching a lot of the students how to register? SEBA Fiat students, because they know how to do it. Okay? So, without further ado, I'm going to take you through the process of number 1. Who knows how to shop? Shop online, yes. Okay? This is the same thing. So when we're shopping online, the first thing we do is we browse for stuff. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So I have made a diagram to demystify the process of how this works. So for Jan term classes, you go to the SMC website and you browse there. With me so far? So you're going to go open up your laptop and go to the St. Mary's website. Everybody do that right now. And by the way, if I go too fast or somebody gets lost, just raise your hand. I'll come behind you and get you caught up. Nobody should get lost. We're not going to go too fast. We're going to make sure everybody is on the same page, okay? Someone say okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you're at Gale Express, you need to be at the St. Mary's website. Okay. The St. Mary's website should look like an aerial view of St. Mary's. You guys with me so far? Do you know how to put something in the search box? Would you guys all do that? Write in January term in the search box. And then you see where it says, in this section, January 2020 core, no, not that one, not that one.
Yep.
Jan term course list. It's about a third of the way down and it's blue. Click on that. And then, did everybody get to there? Raise your hand if you did that.
Jan 2 courses,
Yeah, okay. Then at the top of that, I'm going to show you how to search it. See at the top where it says type. You want on campus because you're not going to travel to the next 3 years. Division, you can choose upper or lower division. We're going to say any because you can take upper or lower division. And we're not going to worry about the schedule. And click on apply. And that's brought up a whole bunch of classes. Does everybody have that list? It says January 20, 21, 23, 29. You guys with me so far? How about you guys over there? Is that what you're seeing?
Yes.
Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to browse Janterm. So I want you to look at that list, and let's all pick one and look at it together. How about line 101? See where it says January 28? Click on that.
What did we get?
You just, okay. So did everybody click on line 101? You guys did too? So what you're looking at now on your computer screen is the course description for line 101. So they're all set up similarly. At the top it tells you who the professor is, when they're teaching it, because they're not all taught at the same time. When is line 101 taught? Who can tell me?
9:15 to 11:10.
Which days of the week? Right, so you get one day off. Everybody's getting different days off, different times. You with me so far? So some of you, if you're on a team or something, you might have to work around practice time, just so you know when these classes are. Also, for line 101, there's a big description there that tells you what that's about. Pretty interesting, isn't it? They've been teaching this for 2 or 3 years. Everybody really likes it. They give you a lie detector test. And you get to tell if people are lying, and he's a psychologist. It's really pretty fascinating. Now, after you read it, here's some of the things you want to look at when you're looking at the course description. Are there any prerequisites? No? You sure? Okay. That's pretty cool. That means you could take it. Because freshmen can take upper or lower division classes as long as they have the prereqs. You guys with me? Okay. So, see at the very bottom where it says, does it say something about, are they saving spaces for freshmen? Yes. What does it say? Okay. Let me explain what that means. On Monday the 7th, seniors register for on-campus Janterm classes. Tuesday the 8th, juniors, excuse me. Wednesday the 9th, sophomores, and the 10th is when all freshmen on St. Mary's register for their classes. The way it works is you're going to get an email from the registrar and they're going to give you a time based on the first letter of your last name. Because they rotate that all the time, because it wouldn't be fair if they let A's go first every time and Z were at the end. Guys with me? So the time that you get, it opens up and you can go in and register, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a few minutes. Real easy to do, just like shopping online. So, what you're going to do, if the person, and this guy did, say he's going to save 10 spots for freshmen, that means Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, he's still saving 10 spots for freshmen. You guys got it? So then the first people could take those 10 spots. Some of these professors say they're not saving any spots for freshmen. That does not necessarily mean you couldn't get a spot in there. That just means they're not saving them for freshmen, but freshmen could take it. You guys got that? So if you see a 0 there, don't be discouraged. Check it out. If you want to do it, add it to your list. Got it? So, what other things should you look at? One of the really important things to look at is how does this person decide what grade you get in the class? Can you tell from looking at the course description? What does he do? Do you get extra credit if you're a liar? How does that work? Attendance, yeah, that's, okay, what else? Do you write papers? Do you have a test? What do you do? Okay. All right, so does that give you an idea of what's going on in there? So, for example, if somebody doesn't like to write papers and you see that you're writing a 100-page paper in a screenplay, think about that. So, do you guys have a bit of an idea, number one, how to get to the course description? Someone say, yeah, I do. Go to SMC website, type in January term. Midway down it says January on campus classes, and boom, and then you just click on that. Okay, so when you are browsing the Jan term courses, you go to the SMC website and you look there. That's what you just did right now, right? Someone say right. Right. So now you know how to do that. The next thing I'm going to show you how to do is you have to go now to the store to check out with the cart. So get out of the SMC website and go into the Gale Express menu. If anybody doesn't know how to do that, raise your hand. So tell me when you get to the menu. Student menu. Okay, perfect. Raise your hand when you have the student menu up. You have it up? How about you guys over here? I want to see everybody's hand up. Okay. So now, when you look at this, do you see at the bottom, on the left, one up, where it says search and register? Who sees that? Raise your hand. Do you see that? Bottom, left? Click on that. Search and register. Search, no, not search for classes, search and register.
It just says register for classes, it says search.
Okay. So register for, okay, register for classes. Thank you, my bad. Click on that. And now do you see that you have several choices? See the one that says search and register for sections at the top?
Yes.
Okay, click on that. Now, you should have a form at the top where it says term at the top left. Do you see that? So choose January term from the drop-down menu. January 2020. Okay. Then down midway, see where it says subject? Someone say, yeah, I see that.
Yes.
Choose January term again, and then click submit. January term. It's a, okay, click on the arrow. January term, go down one to J. There, okay, click submit. Okay. Now what you should see, this looks similar to what we saw before where they're listing the classes, right? Someone say, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I see that.
But this is different. You're now in the store where you can put stuff in your cart. See that little area where you could see the dot right next to it at the left? So let's go down, we're all going to practice, and go down to where you see the Buying 101 class.
Yeah, I got that.
Do you see where it is? See that little dot? What happens when you click in it? It turns black, yes? Okay. Now go down to the bottom, click in line 101 and go down to the bottom and see where it says submit, click submit.
You're trying to get us to sign off this class.
No, I'm just showing you how to do it. Okay, now what do you see? Do you see at the top where it says preferred list? Who sees that?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, that is a secret. Another way to think about your preferred list is that your cart. Like, you know, when you shop on Amazon, Target, all that stuff, you put it in the cart. You with me so far?
Yeah.
So, then you go to Gale Express, you go to search and register, Jan term, just like we did, right? Submit. And then you click on the dot, and it puts the classes in your preferred list, or your cart, right? This is just a diagram of what I just said and you just did, right? Okay, so that class will sit in your cart until your time you get to register on the 10th of October. Sound pretty good? Okay, here's the deal. I want you to get the best possible class that you want for Jan term. And I know you do too. And I know Professor Susan wants you to too. But we are going to have all these like killer strategies to make sure that happens. Here's the first thing. You probably won't get your first choice. You may, but I'm going to have, believe it or not, there's more than one good Jan term class. Okay? And so we are going to have the strategy that you are going to be the most prepared and have the most classes that work for you in that cart. So as people sign up for these classes, you're going to be able to look on Gale Express and see them filling up in real time, right?
Why some 1 credit and some 0.0?
Good question. Everyone must sign up for a 1 credit. That's a full academic class, and it's 4 days of the week for 3 hours. A quarter credit is for fun. You can sign up for those, probably 1 or 2 if you want to, and they tend to be things like yoga. There's one that I know will sell out in about 2 seconds. Did you see the wine? The wine tasting?
You have to be 21.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So thank you for your question. So if you look at quarter credits, you can put those in your cart too and sign up, but you must sign up for one 1.0 class, one Jan term class. I have been asked many times, can I sign up for 4 quarter credits that will add up to one 1.0? No. You have to do one 1.0. You don't have to do a quarter credit, they're completely optional. Okay, so what you're going to do between this now and next week is you are going to browse these. Like, look at it. That means go to SNC website, January term in the search box, midway down January on-campus classes, and read the descriptions and find out, do I meet the prereqs? Is this a time that works for me? Does this look like something I want to do? And put it in your list. Over here, you're going to go to Gale Express, search and register, put those classes in the preferred list. I want everyone in here, and we're going to check. You're going to bring your laptops, and we're going to look and make sure you've got at least 10 classes in your cart.
4?
No, 10. 10. Why does Mary do that? Is she just so mean? Yeah, she's just mean. Here's the, oh yes, question, good.
Wait, hold on, so I put it in my cart by just like clicking, like checking it, and then submitting it on the bottom.
Yes, that's right. And here's the thing about having 10 things in your cart, other than Mary is mean, and we already know this. If you just look, let's just say you go, oh, that line one looks good, I'll just put it in and I'll take that. That means you haven't really looked at anything else. Hey, fear of missing out. You might have missed something even better, right? Someone say right?
Right.
Okay. Another thing you're going to do is start talking to your friends. Who wants to take a Jan term class with their friends? Yeah. Find out what everybody else is taking. Okay? So there's that. But it will force you, number one, to look at these descriptions and look at something that you might not have considered, because one of the things you look at a title. Some of these have really sexy titles and some don't. So you might overlook something that's a really cool class because the title didn't grab you, right? Has anybody read a book that you didn't think it was going to be good and it was so great you couldn't like put it down? Yeah. Please wait. Oh, you have to go back and get back in, because once you do that, you'll have to go back and get it.
I have 9.
Pardon?
I know I can do it.
You need 10 classes. Okay.
So what's the strategy when you actually do get your time to register?
Okay.
So
The first thing.
How do you get what you want?
Good question. First, we're prepared. We're ready. Do we oversleep?
No.
Do we sleep with our phone right
No.
under our pillow,
Yes.
set for an alarm?
Yes.
Because if you sleep till noon and you got the first time, you will hate yourself. Okay? So that's huge. And that way, maybe 3 of your top choices are gone, but you're still ready with 7 more. And you're not having to go back and search that stuff. It's sitting in your cart ready to go. Okay? Got it? Yeah. So that way you're going to have the most flexibility to grab onto the next one.
And when's the window open?
Everybody gets a different time, and they'll get a list from the registrar, because they'll say like, F goes first, followed by Q, followed by this. They shift them. And you'll get an email from the registrar about a week before registration. Good question. Okay, now let's talk about some different things. What if you get a time assigned that is during one of your classes? Well, when is your accounting class? You are not going to skip accounting class.
That's more important.
Well, no. Let me tell you what you're going to do. I have a plan for everything. Okay. I got this. We got this. Do not skip your classes. Go to class. Probably, you have Kathy Finger, yes? Probably, if you asked her if you could register for your Jansen class in her class, she might say no. Okay, or other professors do. If they say no, do not get your computer out and piss them off and sign up anyway. Here's what you're going to do.
Do between classes.
Well, no. If it's during that class, who's got a trusted friend already? Anybody got a friend here?
Not that many.
Anybody got a friend? You got a friend? Nobody? Okay. Or you guys could sign up to be each other's friends in here. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to give them your password and show them what you want. You're going to be able to get in and look at your preferred list and sign. You give them your priority list and they're going to sign you up. Does that sound like a good idea? Okay. If you don't have a friend, get a friend before the 10th. I do have a funny story to tell you. About 3 years ago, we had a bunch of really funny baseball players. And they were always making fun of each other and doing funny stuff. And so one of the guys, he had a class, and he asked one of his baseball buddies to sign him up. He gave him his password and priority list. And just to be funny, they signed him up to be in the play.
That's awesome.
They did. And it was like a ballet. And it was Goodnight Moon done in ballet.
That's hilarious.
And then by the time he discovered this, he couldn't get into another class. It's a true story. It's a true story. And so he had to be in the play. These plays are designed for elementary school, like kindergartners. And they all went and watched him be in the play, just so you know. So make sure that if you have a trusted friend do this for you, that they actually sign up for what you want. Okay? Who's got a question? Raise your hand big and high if you know where to look for the Janter classes. Where is it? At the SMC website. When you want to put them in your cart, when you're shopping, you go to Gale Express, register for classes and choose the top, search and register. Just like the diagram I wrote there. Take a picture of it with your phone. I promise you, this is complicated and will turn into a fudge sundae. You know when they melt? And it all kind of goes together. People all the time, because I give my cell phone number to all the students, and they call me up and go, Professor Cove, I'm trying to look for Jan term classes and I'm on Gale Express and I can't find the description. Why can't they find the description on Gale Express? Because they're over here, okay? Got it. Now, you guys know how to register, you know how to browse. How many are you going to have in your cart?
Already got it.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Because we're going to check. We're going to like get it out and look. You're not going to just like put 2 and then be screwed at the end. You guys are going to get good classes, okay? Now, any questions?
When do you get to go overseas?
Any other time.
Okay,
They're
so,
just not a freshman.
so not the first, but the
But
other
all
10?
3 other years.
Oh, that's great. And where do you go?
They change every year. Some of them are every year. Like Tom Poundstone always goes to Rome. Every year they always do Sundance Film Festival, which I highly recommend. My daughter did that. It's like really cool. And then they vary. But you can look at them. Actually, I would encourage you to look at what they're doing now. They're going to Hawaii. There's a thing in Hawaii they're doing again where you drop out and relax, and they take your phone away for 2 weeks. Yeah. I heard it was really stressful from the people that did it. Yeah.
What does it mean when a course is upper division or lower division?
It does. Excellent question. You just asked me, what's your name?
Mo.
Mo just asked me, what does it mean if it's upper division or lower division? What that normally means in the spring and fall is upper division is a class that's 100 or more in the number, and lower division is less than 100. But in Jan term, all bets are off. The classes have all the numbers. There's kind of, to be honest with you, there's no logic involved in those numbers. So what you got to do is read the description and see if you have the prereqs.
Oh.
And if it's 125, go for it. Okay? But great question. Thank you. Okay. Are we ready to switch gears and talk about your 4-year plan?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe your 3.5-year plan.
We're going to call it a plan to graduation, which is really what it is. But one of the things about this, the reason I'm giving this to you on paper is not that I couldn't have given you this online. This is really, all this information is available. But it's a little bit complicated. And one of the things you need to be able to look at a list, and would you agree it's easier if you have the list in your hand than if you're scrolling up and down between different pages? Yes. So that's why I have taken the liberty, I've named you, I call this a plan to graduation path. Would you hand one of these to Professor Susan so we can see?
Oh, thank you.
So, here's what's in here. The first thing you're going to do right now is write your first and last name at the top. See where it says student? This is going to be an important document you're going to keep, and you're going to use this when you register. It's going to make this so easy. One of the main things you worry about is, what if I take the wrong class and I don't need it and then I waste my time? You guys ever worry about that?
Yeah.
That will never happen in CBFIA. No way. Not going to happen. You are going to, this is going to totally explain what classes you need to take. I even have all these cool classes that double and triple dip. You're going to love it. Okay? So this page you're going to write down what your first and last name are on. And then see where it says year? See at the left, the top corner? You're in fall 2019. Does that sound like what you're doing right now? Write the 4 courses you're in. Right here at the top left. Just quickly, I'm about to introduce the core curriculum. How many people want to major in business? You don't have to know what concentration. Raise your hand big and high. How How many people want to do accounting? One? One? Are we got two or one? Two. Okay, counting Larry. Okay. Anybody want to do economics? Okay, we got econ. Okay, I got course plans for all three in this packet. So I want you to turn the page now and see where it says SMC core curriculum requirements. So basically over here, the left square, everyone has to take 4 seminars, English 4 and 5. Everyone see in the middle, Pathways to Knowledge, you have to take 1 math, 1 science and lab, 2 TRS classes, social and cultural and historical. Notice below, Econ 3 and 4, that all of you have to take for a prereq, that gets fulfilled. You don't have to worry about that. See that at the bottom? See where it says what phys ed class is fulfilled for? Someone say, yeah, I see. Okay, cool. And then 2 artistic understanding classes. And then finally, Common Good, American Diversity, Global Perspective, which is fulfilled by Phys Ed 10, Community Engagement, and 2 foreign language, maybe. Many of you may have your language waived. If you got to level 3 in a language and you had a B average or better in high school, you will have your language waived.
Make sure you get
A
signed
B
off.
average or better.
How do you get signed up?
Yeah, make sure you get
Okay.
signed off.
Now, you probably are thinking to yourself, or if you were listening to me, and she's talking about all this stuff that sounds really like, what's common good? What's that? What's community engagement? What's artistic understanding? So see this next page with the real small printing? This is the core curriculum classes for fall 2019, going on right now. So look at the top. See where it says artistic understanding? Everybody see that, top left? Someone say, yeah, I see that, Mary.
I see that.
Okay. We, Professor Susan and I, are going to tell you about some really cool shortcuts. You want to hear them?
Shortcuts.
Yeah, we like that.
That's how you get out early.
Look down at the list at the top. See, it's 3 from the bottom. Does anybody see PERFA 50? Interactive theater. All right, so that fulfills artistic analysis. What does it say afterward? Also, creative practice, the common good, and community engagement. Triple dipping class.
That's how you do it.
Yeah? What do you think of that? What do you do? That's a great question. Interactive theater. It's like a little theater class and they put on plays. So you go in and it's like you pretend you're a fruit bowl and you're the banana. You think I'm kidding?
I'll be good at that.
I definitely, it's really fun actually. People like doing it. So that's an example of a triple dipping class. I want you to turn the page over, see how there's more areas, and look at the back. See where it says American Diversity?
Yes.
About midway in that list, see where it says JCL 10?
Yep.
Okay, JCL 10 fulfills American Diversity, and what else? The common good community engagement.
Triple dip.
That's right.
Wow.
So, I've been doing this a long time. I'll be letting you know when it's time to register about those. Fortunately for you guys, though, you're going to be focused on taking a prereq, so this doesn't come up yet. But when you fill out the 4-year plan, by all means, put stuff like this in there. It saves you a lot of time. It gives you more room to double concentrate or do a minor or double major. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay. So that's our job, is to teach you all these secret hacks. Okay? Now, so that's the core curriculum. Any questions so far? But, like I said, you guys have business, accounting, and econ are what they call prerequisite heavy. Means there's a lot of them, right? In fact, if you turn this page to business, see where, are you on the same page with me here? Do you see where there's a little box over there to the right? Right here? At the top of that, it says lower division prereqs. Do those classes look familiar to you?
Yeah.
You should be in some of those, right? Okay. So there's so many of these. That's what we're going to be focusing on, knocking that out in our English. And next semester, when you register yourself, and you're gonna be all ready to go, it's gonna be similar, you're gonna have all the sections in your cart, it's gonna be awesome, because who doesn't wanna sign up for an 8 o'clock class? Okay, you can take, you put it together the way you want, okay? You can have them all on Tuesday, Thursday, whatever you decide to do. So, if we turn the page, this just shows the different concentrations in BizAd, what the 4 classes are to make that up. The next page is just another grid, another way you could do the 4-year plan for BizAd. The next page, do you see on the back of that where it says accounting major? Where's my accounting major? See that your lower pre-reps? Right here. And this is your program. And I can help you with that, but this is everything on one page you need to know for your whole life. And then the next page is the economics. Where's my economics person? Okay, you know this is International Development, Sustainability, and BA and BS. So that's a one-pager for econ. And then, finally, this is going to be mid-semester. You guys, we, Professor Susan and I, are going to help you, first of all, have a plan to graduation, and then we're going to help you get ready to register for, believe it or not, mid-semester, we're already thinking of the next semester. We're going to be registering for spring. So, here's one thing that's going to make it really easy. You're going to sign up for 4 classes. 25% of your schedule is already decided. Just like that. Because every freshman has to take seminar 1. Boom. That's all there is. So if you look at the back of this page, see where it says list all the courses you're in for fall. You see where I am? And then list all the possible courses you could take for spring 2019. Notice the first one I have? I filled it in for you. See where it says seminar 1? And then you're going to have 3 more you're going to pick from a big list. Why have a big list? Is Mary being mean again?
Yes.
Yes. Because that way, if you have a bigger list, you get to put it together and it's more the times you want. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Gives you more flexibility. Yeah. So basically, getting ready for spring pre-reg is pretty easy, right? This is a foolproof list. Remember I said nobody takes classes they don't need to take? Yeah. Who's got a question? Have I worn you out? Yes.
If you are like minoring in something else, could you overload?
Good question. You have to have a 3.0 GPA for 1 semester here or better in order to overload. So if you do, you can. And the process to do that, overload for those of you that may not know, is if you have a 3.0 or better GPA, you can take a 5th class for free if it's open. So you sign up for 4 classes at the time that I talked about. And then about a week later, you would go to your advisor, and he would sign an overload form for you. You take it to the registrar, and then you'd sign up for the 5th class if it's open. Did that explain it? Yes. Who's got a question? Did I confuse you? Give me some feedback. Yes.
For Jan term, we're just taking 1 class.
That's correct.
Okay.
1 and only 1.
Okay.
And it has to be a 1.0.
Right.
And you can't have 4 yoga classes, count that. 4 quarter credit yoga classes to count for that.
Okay.
I've heard all the excuses.
Mo's got a question.
Oh, yes, good.
So there's quarter credits and then like a full credit. If
Yeah.
you take a quarter credit Jan term class, you have to take more than 1.
No.
Oh, and does it, like, taking a full credit Jan term help you graduate faster?
No. We're on, switch back to look at this first page. The first page. St. Mary's is on what we call a 4-1-4 year. What that means is 4 classes in the fall, 1 in Jan term. Everybody has to take a Jan term. It's not optional.
Yeah.
It's mandatory. 4 in the spring for a total of 4-1-4 is 9. Right? Then we go to sophomore year, 41418 makes you a sophomore. 41427, 41436, and you shake hands and get your diploma and go to the party and get all your presents from your parents.
And friends.
Yeah. Does that help?
Yeah.
But a lot of students get it mixed up and think, well, wait, can I take like another business class in Jan term and get ahead faster? Good question, but it doesn't work that way. We don't teach like finance and all that stuff in Jan term. They tend to be the classes that are, like you, when you started looking at that list, did you get a sense that they were kind of out of your box things? That's the whole idea. That and or travel. Who's confused? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. I was thinking we could give them a 5-minute break and then do the design your life. What do you think?
Okay, how long would that last?
Oh, actually, let me do a little bit more with this. So you guys,
These guys are ready to pound it out.
you ready? Okay, let's do it. So everybody's got their name in the corner, and you've got the 4 classes you're taking right now. Right? Okay. So the next thing you're going to do is, if you're business, you're going to look at this sheet and look at the prereqs you have not done. And you're also going to write for spring, what's the one class you're going to write for the spring semester here? Seminar 1. And then put 3 more of the ones that you need. And then basically you're just going to go fall, spring, fall, spring, fall, spring, fall, spring. And put a placeholder or write down all the classes that you need. All of these, and then 4 classes are going to be your concentration. If you don't know what your concentration is, don't worry, just put this as elective 4 times. Then you can put that in, but you know, the most important question is, what do I need to take, and when am I going to get out of here? This is going to show you that. That doesn't mean one semester you could slot 2 classes that you need. Do you understand that? Some ideas?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. But you've made a list of the 4 years and what you need to take to graduate. So, let's start writing. We're going to come around and answer any questions that you have. I'll come around particularly to you and you just to make sure you understand the econ. Okay? So fill it out. If you have a pencil, that would be great. Of course.
So the seminar classes,
Do the triple
do you
dip
get
list
every
first.
semester from one to one, or is it just?
You need seminar
Your business
1
plan.
and 2, then 103 is somewhere in here, and 104 is somewhere in here. This is the only time it has to be this semester. Okay.
I'm gonna switch my major from my business to
Yeah, it's an elective, yeah. just-
Oh, okay.
But the rest is-
So what we need to do is look at the catalogs and what they're doing right now.
Unless you're doing,
Okay, and you
you're
can do
taking
that
the
around
accounting
here.
and
Okay.
econ and then here.
Do you have a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second accounting.
How are you doing? Do you understand what's going on? Yeah, you good?
That's how I would like it.
How are you doing? You have a question? You good?
No.
Okay. How are you doing here? You don't have to worry about that. Just like that class. Yeah, for Jan term, and then just put JT for now.
Yeah, 4 courses.
Seminar 1.